Hey up people, welcome back to the Yorkshire Git Tries. Got me brew, struggled to say the introduction then. Here we are with Outer Worlds, I think it's 35. And this time we're trying the alternative ending to Perils on Gorgon, aren't we? We just did the one where we sided with Olivia and done away with Adrena time. Now we're going to side with Millie and restart it. So let's crack on, shall we? Right, we've got to go to Gorgon. So Gorgon, here we come. Gorgon landing pad.
We are now in orbit above Gorgon.
Come on, there we go. Just wondering how many robots we're going to have down there. I think I'll let Pavarotti go this time and have Sam, because he's got that extra damage against automechs and he stuns them, doesn't he? So
Analyzing location. The Sprat Shack. Error. Furman suction nozzle not attached. This unit is unprepared for specialized eradication procedure.
map. Accept. Okay. Unlock the elevator. Oh, of course, that's if I want to do the other one, isn't it? That's why that one's lit up. And that's why that's... Right. Sorry, getting confused. I know it don't take much, I can hear you. It don't take much to confuse him.
I keep my promises, Captain. Do you know the funny thing about mercenaries? They exist in a nearly infinite range, even out of baseball players. Do enjoy my latest delivery.
What the? Hands on the jaw. Unit is clean, new, and ready to go.
Hey!
Ooh-ah. Right. Take everything you've got. freeboot with Tosser.
Going on over there? What was that?
Ooh,
Getting our leg exercises in at least.
excuse me. COVID. Right. Excuse me. Bit went down wrong goal, I think. Use terminal messages. MSA. Not sure what you did to get sent here, but I'm so sorry. Good news is that everyone here is in the same shape, so don't feel ashamed. Know where the toilet is. Ate too many fish sticks. Yeah, that'll do it.
Like wrapped among the rocks.
Time to take out the trap.
Way to go, Sam.
What was that? Fire! Huh?
Performance evaluation is sterling.
You blew his bloody leg off. Missed one. Missed the box. What? Equip. messages from to Zamansky from Eliasson. Stop taking our frustrations on filing cabinets. I know tech sports gives you a hard time. From NSA, thank you for explaining your filing system to me earlier. Oh, it's just waffle. It's just waffle. Cool your thrusters. These are almost the same as what was upstairs.
Good news, customer. All germs and contaminants have been neutralized.
Never had to be, just tucked away in the corner. Filing room key. Quarterly goals, daily prayer. Don't know where the filing room is. Is this the filing room? Okay, we'll start at the back then.
Reminds me of Sanjar's office, before he hired Celia anyway. Nicely done.
Processor filing. Now, right, that is where, yeah, that comes in here. Can't go that way, so I've got to go this way. Eject.
Make it dirty, Sam cleans it up. Stop classification. Flawlessly finished.
Oh, so I can't get in that one then.
Sorry. I remembered the fountain.
Good old Sam.
Ugh. This reminds me of the terraformers. Makes my skin crawl.
Not going to be that easy, surely.
I'll give you one thing, little weasel. You are relentless. I did everything in my power to stop you, yet here you stand before me, offensively alive. Just so we're clear, if you intend to restart this machine, you'll have to go through me.
Can't
I'm
look it up.
done talking. Cooperation, compromise, consensus. It resolves nothing. All that remains is action and inaction. Kill me, or let me destroy this place. If you believe this will be that simple, you haven't been paying attention. I can no more walk away than I can voluntarily cease breathing. I will die before I let my empty-headed daughter resurrect Adrena Time. Do you understand? There is no working with Spacer's Choice. You work for them. If you refuse, they sell your contract to a rival firm staffed by your enemies, or seize your housing and turn you out onto the street. And if you've really irritated them, they simply kill you. Sincerely, I wish you luck. I suspect you're just about the only person in this colony who believes that's possible. Besides that madman, Wells. Judging by his wanted poster, he's always lived on the tail end of the sanity bell curve. He has it right. The board doesn't care for Halcyon. They'll do anything, and use anyone, to see their ends met.
Their ends don't even make sense either. The hell's the point in hoarding bits in a doomed colony? What are they gonna do? Plate their coffins in gold?
Very well. I'd like to ask you something before we end this farce. I think I'm due that much at least.
Right, let's hear it then.
You've plumbed all the sordid depths of Gorgon. You know how many lives my work destroyed, and still you want to revive it. Why?
I think you can still save it.
A drug that makes madmen of simple workers is not worth saving. No matter what my daughter might tell you. Some things cannot be fixed, Captain. Adrena Time, this colony, me. Find peace in that if you can. I doubt you'll find it anywhere else. But enough. You didn't come here for a lecture. Let's get this charade over with.
I'll kick her into reactor. That was easy. Put me gun away. Equilibrium. Anything else? I think she had a point. We'll wait and see what Minnie has to say.
No turning back now.
Journal. Oh. It's downstairs. Okay. Where downstairs was she then? This one. Let's see. Stop it. Oh, I see.
We've arrived at Ambrose Manor.
No guards.
You've done it! The Gorgon asteroid is under my control. The Ambrose family curse is broken, and my legacy will rise from the ashes in triumph. Thank you, Captain. We're going to change the Halcyon colony. This time for the better. As for Mother, what's done is done. I grieved for her long ago. The woman who perished on Gorgon was only her shadow. Thank you, but save the kind words for someone who can use them. If I need consolation, I can buy it myself. I haven't forgotten your payment. Here's a little extra for your discretion.
I hope she really can help the colony. You can't be everywhere at once after all, Captain.
I'm still not sold on this, but suppose the only thing we can do now is hope they get it right the second time.
Of course, my gratitude goes out to your crew as well. Equal contributors all, I'm sure. This has been a long time coming, Captain. I can finally get on with my life, and the colony can begin to heal. Where do you go from here? What heroic challenge will the intrepid Captain of the Unreliable conquer next? Scandalous. I expect nothing less. You have a knack for aiming your sights high and shooting blind. We have that much in common. Good luck out there, Captain. I would wish you safe travels, but I do so admire how you rush headlong into danger. Keep it that way, won't you?
Right. Can't do it from here. For some reason you can't even do it outside.
This unit expresses this.
Mind you, I'm not even thinking, am I? Why didn't I just reload that last save? Wrong one. Load game. I did write it down. 118.5. 118.5. Yeah, I'm going to go with that ending. Load selected save. Yeah, where we've done away with thing. I think it's a better one. She just did that out of greed, and I ain't that way inclined. Right. So, having completed that and done both endings, next one is No Night Without Stars. Because we've done that one, but of course you had to go back to play these ones. Set to active. Right. New adventure.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of
Excuse
assistance?
me.
Certainly, Captain. I was hoping you would ask.
Right.
It was the law-forsaken parasites.
We've got to watch a whole episode of this.
I had become obsessed. My quest to stop them.
Won't mind her as a
To
companion.
avenge my partner, Philip.
Old Git one.
And my ex-partner, Bernice. And Lieutenant Jurgen. And those two informants had brought me to Rizzo's distillery. But it wasn't just the triple distilled deliciousness of Rizzo's Spectrum brand vodka that I found there. It was death. I made sure the Brain Eaters paid the price. But at what cost to me? It's you.
This is the Halcyon News Network with breaking news. Halcyon Helen has been murdered. Administrator Ludovico of Rizzo's refused to answer the big question on everyone's mind. Who will Spectrum Vodka's next spokesperson be? Claiming that a special investigation must be concluded first.
Right.
Captain, we have a communication coming in from one Administrator Ludovico.
Get off the transmission, Cedric. We agreed to let me do the negotiating. Law be with you, friend. I am Administrator Ludovico of the famed Eridanos Atmospheric Complex. But there's no need to stand on formality. You may address me as Mr. Her death is the tragedy of our lifetime. As the face of our new product line, her murder is a stain on the Rizzo's brand. She was scheduled to unveil our newest product, Spectrum Brown, before this tragic event. But we cannot move forward with our unveiling until we apprehend the killer.
What does this have to do with me?
All right, Ludovico, that's enough. You don't know what you're doing. Let me handle this. Captain Hawthorne, Sublight's favorite freelancer. I'm such an admirer of your work. Cedric Kincannon, Sublight Underground. I'm so glad we're hiring a third-party investigator. No one wants to see a troop of UDL guards stomping all over my hotel. Least of all me. The murder of Halcyon Helen is a heinous assault on this colony. I look forward to watching you find the miscreant responsible and drag them out of the shadows.
Okay. Oh.
Two-bit actor. Oh, Captain. This isn't Spencer Woolrich we're talking about. This is Halcyon Helen, Princess of Periodicals, Duchess of Dramaturgy. You would not believe the money she made us on Dissident Busters.
For law's sake, Cedric, could you show a little discretion and not bring up your contraband operations in front of an outsider?
Ludovico, you wound me. I'm establishing rapport with our new contractor. Let's not give him the impression that you can't be trusted.
Do you really want to do this right now, Cedric? You want to antagonize me while I'm negotiating a contract. Because I promise you, I'll win.
Get back to the point.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. Honest to law, how hard is it to hire a freelancer? Apologies, Mr. Ludovico. That was inappropriate of me. Captain, I'm Constable Maria Keene. Hiring a third-party investigator was my idea. I've been studying your dossier. You're reliable and competent. You've been taking care of yourself ever since you arrived on Halcyon. And you're entirely independent. As far as I'm concerned, you're the ideal inspector for this case.
I'm pleased to hear that. The future of our complex may depend on your success. I'll leave you in the constable's care. Mr. Kincannon and I must have a word.
Okay.
Fine. But Rizzo's is paying for that hotel room.
I can't tell you how grateful I am for your help. And even though they may not show their gratitude, I know Administrator Ludovico and Mr. Kincannon appreciate your involvement. Mr. Kincannon could lose his spaceport if board authorities took over the investigation, and if Rizzo's is forced to cancel its unveiling, we might never recover.
Right. Those two seem to have some issues.
The Administrator oversees Rizzo's operations. Cedric runs the hotel and the spaceport. They're always at each other's throats. My life would be so much easier if they'd simply learn to work together.
You sound a bit worn out.
Me? Worn out? Perish the notion. My days are filled with catering to the oh-so-reasonable requests of Mr. Ludovico and Mr. Kincannon. What's not to like?
They seem like
Your
jackasses.
words, not mine. Please don't take my lack of disagreement as anything other than fatigue. I am a content, productive, and happy member of our society.
Helen was pretty popular. Her death put an end to the ops.
Helen was more than popular. She gave something to this colony that no product line could ever provide. Real happiness. No one has ever been as well known or as well loved. Outside of our courageous business leaders.
You could have dealt with this. Why has it done that? Come on. There we
I
go.
represent the law, Captain. But what's happening between Mr. Kincannon and the Administrator is politics. Politics are not my area of expertise.
Oh,
The
they're
law
mine.
is simple.
Just kill them.
Politics are complicated. I'm pleased to hear that. From everything I've heard, you're a competent freelancer. And at the risk of sounding impertinent, we desperately need the help of someone competent. Thank you for your time, Captain. Whenever you're ready, I've authorized the Unreliable to land at the Grand Colonial.
Transmission terminated. Captain, we are now cleared to land at the Eridanos Atmospheric Complex.
What can you tell me about Eridanos?
Eridanos is a hydrogen-helium gas giant, distinguished by a well-defined ring system. The Eridanos Atmospheric Complex is a system of land masses propelled through a thin layer of the upper atmosphere, where humans are potentially capable of surviving. It is possible they expect you to understand the mind of a killer. You were, after all, responsible for murdering civilians in Emerald Vale.
Ouch. Thanks, Ada. Right, so Eridanos. Where's Eridanos then? Oh, over here. Oh, and I've got Olympus now. Haven't got Typhon though. Or did we do Olympus? I think we might have done that. Except
Eridanos, recently famous for Halcyon Helen's death. How exciting.
right. What am I gonna take? About Felix. If it's brown, drink it down. It's the old saving water, wasn't it? About not flushing the old toilet. If it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down. If it's red, your arsehole's dead. The last roll of Halcyon Helen.
You know, we don't have to catch Helen's killer right this second. Maybe we ought to take in the sights.
Hello there. Hope your atmospheric entry wasn't too troublesome. As a guest of honor, you deserve the best in comfort. Sublight Salvage and Shipping Underground, or Slug, as we like to call ourselves, is delighted to welcome you to Eridanos. I'm the Grand Colonial Head Bellhop. I'm here to grab your bags and direct you, the inspector, to the Grand Ballroom, which was the scene of the crime. I can try. I was the one who found Helen's body in the Grand Ballroom. Corpse wasn't in the best shape. Aside from that, I don't know a whole lot. Helen was supposed to host the unveiling for Rizzo's newest product, Spectrum Brown. Until you catch the killer, the unveiling's been indefinitely postponed. Helen's death has been a shock for many. A lot of people are inconsolable. Hell, even Black Hole Birdie, Helen's beau, has wandered off. Some folks think he had something to do with the murder, but I don't believe it.
He could be dead.
Hey, Black Hole Birdie may be a savage brute on the field of honor, but he's no killer.
I still don't understand why anyone would have it in for Ms. Helen.
Folks get heated when it comes to serials and their actors, I suppose.
Was she a divisive figure? Divisive or divisive? You choose.
Not particularly. But I think some folks were jealous of her success, or otherwise viewed her as a threat. Reckon how she came about her fame didn't help.
How'd she get so famous?
Why, she was a natural. People fell in love with her. She managed to wrangle up a following all on her own. She ended up about as famous and high-runged as your average VP, which rubbed a lot of Byzantines the wrong way. Actors ain't supposed to get preferential treatment. Let's see here. Oh, I already spoke briefly about the Spectrum unveiling, or lack thereof. It's still an awful shame. A lot of folks looking forward to that.
I thought you worked for Slug, not Rizzo's.
I do. Rizzo's happened to rent out the Grand Colonial Ballroom from Slug for the unveiling. A nice mutually beneficial event. But the murder's gone and ruined that. Along with 9 out of 10 of my favorite cereals. Anyway, I think I've held you up long enough. Once you're ready, head down to the lobby. The ballroom is just behind the elevators. Meanwhile, I'll grab your bags.
Bags? What bags?
You're making fun, right? Your luggage, your belongings, kit, wherever you keep what you ain't wearing. You're still giving me a pretty blank look. Suppose it's none of my business, but do you just wear the same set of clothes all the time?
So why one answers no, that would be ridiculous, and then lie, no, that would be ridiculous. Last one.
Well, reckon I can respect your candor, even if it scares me a smidge.
Good. No,
Anyhow, I'll look for you in the grand ballroom later. Hope you can unravel this mystery, Inspector.
Yep, I'll nick the ammo.
You just said we aren't allowed to depart.
Apologies, sir, but the atmospheric complex is on complete lockdown. No one's allowed in or out until the murder investigation's concluded.
Do you have any idea who I am? I could bury you under 6 tons of paperwork before you had the time to cry out for your...
Sealed.
I'm sure you've spent a lot, sir, but unfortunately we can't make any exceptions. Can't make any.
Another box. Oh, nick all the cigarette lighters. Got any ashtrays? There's those elevators. Nick all the booze. Some more fags. Actually, they're more like cheroots, aren't they? Stogies.
Greetings, Inspector. No need to check in here. Your paperwork has all been processed. You should be able to find the Colonial right ahead.
Ashtray. Won't let me take it. Ashtrays, loads of them. I can't take them. Oh, that's that elevator. Oh, bottle, ashtray.
I feel like I'm spending a fortune just standing here.
Wow. Considering what the rest of their system's like.
It really is a terrible shame. I absolutely adored her cereals.
I almost can't imagine someone wretched enough to do so.
Oh, of course she made cereal, so does that make her murderer, a serial killer? Ah! Can't help it.
Ooh, feels like I'm breathing rich people air.
Lots of places to check out. stuff to nick.
I'll bet you 10 bits this is all just some sort of publicity stunt.
Mr. Kincannon really knows how to run a hotel.
Bertie Holcomb is likely beside himself in grief.
The crime scene's awaiting, Inspector. Can't believe something like this could happen in my hotel.
Oh, shut up.
When I found...
Go away. She was lying in a pool of blood and your first thought, I wonder if she's drunk.
Hey, Byzantines and restraint aren't two words that often go together. Wouldn't be the first blood-soaked, unconscious party goer I've come across. Anyway, I'm sure you've got questions.
Yeah. How did you come across the body?
Sure, I'd taken to checking the ballroom every few hours prior to the unveiling. Just to make sure no sprats had snuck into the place. You understand. Found her right before I was set to head back to my room in the lower levels for my mandated 5-hour sleep period. Tell ya, thank the law for caffeinoid. Been too upset to get a wink of sleep since. And hey, now I can finally see smells.
Oh, you could still take some Adrena to... Oh, no, you can't. Done away with that. Did you kill Helen? You can tell me. It'll be our secret. Yeah, that was that. That always works. Any idea why Helen would have been in the ballroom after hours?
Beats all hell out of me. Maybe she was, practicing for the unveiling?
Oh, I do beg your pudding.
What? No! Just because I found the corpse doesn't mean I made her a corpse. I was in shift all day. Besides, I loved Helen serials. Well, the old ones anyway. The newer episodes are hot junk on a warm day.
Back to my other questions.
Sure. What's on your mind?
Did you see her on the day of her death?
Of course I did. I just told you I found the body.
No, that's not what I mean.
Oh, wait. You mean when she was still breathing? No, of course I didn't. Plus, it's untoward for an employee to speculate about the actions of a hotel guest. Not that I saw any hotel guests interacting with her. Honestly, you're more than a little right. I've been burning at the britches to share my theories. Day of her death, I saw Helen leave the hotel premises with the profit of profitability, and didn't see her come back. A little on the suspicious side, I think. Seemed especially strange, seeing how, as far as I was aware, the two didn't get on.
What's the deal with the profit of profitability? Is she a guest?
Yep. Gives seminars on increasing profit margins and the like. Can't say much else, seeing how I ain't in the gossip market.
Why didn't they get along?
As far as I can recall, Helen dismissed the lady's seminars in some kind of interview. Said her co-star used them, but she didn't. The top rungers are always ready to read between the lines of famous folks and seem to think the profit was on her way out. Woman lost a ton of bits and is set to lose more. I hope all that helped. I'd like to be as useful as I can in the investigation. I just didn't want to steer anyone the wrong way. Everyone's got theories. I don't reckon mine hold much more weight than anyone else's.
Goodbye. Round the back, he said, didn't he? Yeah, here we go.
Black Hole Bertie's disappeared, you know. The poor fellow must be inconsolable.
Oh, thank the law. Inspector, you don't know how relieved I am to see you. Constable Maria Keene. It's good to meet you in person, Inspector.
Dr. Goodnight. Ecstatic to make your various acquaintances and so on. Are we finished with the pleasantries? There's something I'm excited to show you.
Get off then. Yeah, exactly. I guess you're talking about the body.
What body? Oh, that. Goodness, no. This is far more interesting than Halcyon Helen's rapidly cooling corpse.
Our coroner has developed a device which may prove useful in your investigation. Our office has instructed her to hand it over to you.
Our office has instructed her to hand it over to you. Oh, please. You make it sound as if I'm turning over stolen goods. Behold, my discrepancy amplifier. Hold it in your hands. Feel the way it hums with ontological potential.
What does it do?
I'm so glad you asked. Allow me to explain. The discrepancy amplifier uses a deterministic model of our universe to detect the discrepancy between what should be and what actually is. Then it renders any discrepancies visible by using the power of magnification.
Got it, thanks.
Go on then. Give it a try. Just treat the amplifier as you would a weapon. Hold it good and steady and look down scope.
I'm contractually prohibited from endorsing off-brand technology, but I'll bend that rule just this once. You'll want to peer into the amplifier and examine the crime scene.
Okay. So, get rid of that. Oh, I'm going to have to get rid of some equipment, don't I? Plasma launch or key, bolter pistol. Sorry about this, folks. Make a bit of weight in my backpack. That a spade? Always call a spade a spade. You wouldn't call it a fish slice, would you? Flamethrower. Hang on, I need to. Scrap that. To catch Helen's killer, you'll need to use the discrepancy amplifier scope to reveal clues not visible to the naked eye. Once you've located some evidence, aim directly at it while zooming in on the scope and press the interact button to analyse it. X to analyse.
The discrepancy amplifier is now operational. Greetings, designated inspector and/or unauthorized larcenist. This unit has detected a discrepancy related to Halcyon Helen. Unscheduled expiration of. Begin amplification. This footprint stands out from the normally spotless floor of the Grand Ballroom. Typically, the ballroom is cleaned twice daily, which means this must have been made by either Helen or her assailant or assailants. Footprint is a tailor-made 8.75, suggesting that its owner was very particular about their shoe size. It is also the exact size that Halcyon Helen typically prefers. There are traces of dirt throughout the footprint. The dirt carries traces of fertilizer, as well as the faint signs of crushed purpleberries and grass. Grass, fertilizer, and purpleberries can all be found in the purpleberry orchards, located not far from the Grand Colonio. This deduction appears sound.
Good work, Inspector. I had a feeling we'd make some progress once we brought you onto the case. You'll need Administrator Ludovico to grant you access to the orchards. Contact him through the secure access terminal in your penthouse suite. Check in with the concierge. Your room should be ready by now. If it isn't, I may have to go shake someone by the collar.
You're, really digging around Helen's body for clues, huh?
Please don't point that at me!
See nothing else. Right, that's the next bit then. Let's go to the room after I've nicked all the booze. Thank you. Come again.
I knew I should have gotten her autograph when I had the chance. Look at these people, gawking over Helen's corpse. Welcome to a bunch of parasites.
I'm sorry, sir, but while the hotel is an active crime scene, I regret to inform you that all new bookings, room upgrades, room downgrades, and in-room massages are suspect. Oh, you're the special inspector. Mr. Kincannon warned me you'd be checking in soon. Ah, yes. We are most pleased to offer you our grandest of grand accommodations, Inspector. The penthouse suite on our topmost floor is now available for you. The last guest left her belongings behind when she vacated unexpectedly, so we needed a little time to tidy the suite up for you. Simply call the elevator in the lobby, and our highly skilled operator will deliver you to your private floor with efficiency and cheer. It certainly is a marvel of modern ingenuity, luxury, and ambition. Please, allow me to answer any curiosities you might have about our building and the amenities on offer.
What does the penthouse have to offer?
Twice the size of the next biggest room, and kitted out with any amenity you want, as well as many that you won't. Best to enjoy it while you can, Inspector. Typically, the only people who can afford the penthouse suite have enough bits to suffocate everyone on Terra 2. Also, please inform me if Woolridge gives you a hard time about getting a better room than his. Don't tell him I said this, but everyone on staff wants to strangle him.
Right, Is there anything special about the upper levels?
Most certainly. All the important folks can be found in the utmost parts of the hotel. You can hardly walk 3 feet without bumping into a tossball grate or a bored exec. Though maybe don't bump into them. Could be harmful to your health.
Oh, bring it on. About the lower levels.
Who would be interested in a staff-only area? Most folks never ask about the sewers beneath Rizzo's plant, either. Of interest to your investigation? Well, I suppose there is that one door we're not supposed to open. But I'm sorry, Inspector, I'm not authorized to grant you access to any staff sections of the hotel. You'll have to find a way in on your own. If you're sure. My apologies, Inspector, but that would be a severe violation of guest privacy.
Okay.
We here at the Grand Colonial firmly
shut
believe
up now. You can shut up.
All right, my supervisor just walked out of earshot. Some folks just don't understand the importance of gossip. About whom? And what would you wish to know?
Did I notice anything about Helen before
You know,
she died?
out of everyone here, I probably knew the least about Helen. I'm not much of an Aetherwave watcher myself. And Helen always had a crowd of admirers chasing her, you see. So she rarely stopped to chat. Friendly enough, surely, but always seemed untouchable. Emphasis on seemed.
You see it strangely.
Now that you mention it, she was usually calm and collected, but every so often I'd see her looking all wild-eyed and intense. It seemed as if she was determined about something. Or maybe she was just hungry. That woman ordered a lot of food. Maybe show business gives you a faster metabolism.
Heard Black Hole Bertie was staying here.
Ah, Bertie. Is he bigger than he is dumb, or dumber than he is big? I've a bet with a friend. Not sure we'll ever get it to pay out. Bertie used to be Helen's beau, though he isn't anymore, and not just because she's dead. If I had 1,000,000 bits, I'd spend every one just to learn what caused their split.
Productivity guru.
Her deal? Not making them. I'd laugh at my own comment, but everyone knows there's no bigger joke than the prophet of profitability herself. Didn't you hear Helen's interview? That woman is the definition of humbuggery. Anyone who gives her the time of day is a right fool. I mean, Spencer Woolrich has taken several of her productivity seminars, and look where it got him. Don't waste your time.
Woolrich.
If looks could kill, he'd have put her in the ground 10 times over. Man's clearly jealous of her success compared to his. See, I'd bet we're the only 2 people thinking about him in all of Eridanos. And I only am because you mentioned his name. If you leave woolly cow milk out, it turns to curds. Leave the curds out, they begin to get stale, then rot. Woolridge is on his way to the trash bin, and everyone knows it. Either he's in denial, or he knew Helen would be checking out soon, judging by his increasing demands for a room upgrade.
That's enough gossip for now.
That's a shame, Inspector. What if I wanted to know a little about you?
Oh, hello.
A dashing gunslinger type, then. I'm sure the investigation will turn out splendidly in your hands. Or at least Mr. Kincannon seems confident enough to believe so.
Hello there, my inordinately esteemed guest. If my hello were any more earnest, this loudspeaker would explode. What authorized floor can I bring you to? Next stop, the finest seat in the house.
Okay. Ellie. some. Right, before we go in, nick all the booze. Contact administrator Ludovico. Right, I think that's where I'm going to save it then. Let's just have a look round, shall we? First, some more booze. Spatial acuity sensory apparatus. Examine. This notice is attached up to it. That exceeds or otherwise violates hotel regulations, leaving this object on the hook will result in a 500 bit fee per day. Okay. A loose collection of photographs and papers. Examine the board more closely. Blank notebook lies open beside a stack of clean papers. It looks like someone intended to write something but never got started. What was they up to, I wonder? Right, kitchen. Big cartridge, big cartridge. Make all the stuff.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Helen, where did we go wrong? Oh, Lo, I'm so sorry. That didn't mean for... Helen, I love you. I love you so much.
Okay.
The imprint left inside this suitcase matches the silhouette of Halcyon Helen's iconic handgun, the Needler. The weapon was recently removed.
Always check the shitter. I'll check out the computer in a second. Examine. Number of cigarettes here indicate the smoker's lifespan has been shortened by approximately 11.2 years. Right. Excuse me, COVID. Right, I'm going to call it a day there. before we get stuck into it. Save it there. And I'll quit. Right. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I did. Always do. I think it's brilliant. In fact, I'm getting a bit like, oh, this is the last mission. What am I going to do then? I'll have to find something else to play. I'll have to have a chat with my son. Somebody's mentioned that Horizon West or so. I don't know. I'll have to check it out. Anyway, I'm waffling again. Thanks for your likes. As always, they are very much appreciated. If you've enjoyed the vid, leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, good or bad, don't give a shit. But I will read it, and if you've got criticism, I will take it on board. But that's it for now, so until next time, I'll sit there.